Hi, I'm Debbie Schaeffer, and welcome to Mrs. G TV and Appliances. And I'm here with my very good friend Lindsay Vastola from BodyProject, and she's going to show us how to cook healthy lunches to take to work.
Thanks for having me again. So here's another great quick lunch, and this is one you can use even leftovers. So this is a portobello and goat cheese whole grain wrap. Super easy, really quick. Portobello mushrooms are a really quick way to get some substance, and is a good alternative even to meat. So we've got portobello mushrooms, we have some goat cheese, which is also a good source of calcium, good source of dairy. We're going to add some spinach. You can add whatever vegetables if you have other grilled vegetables. So this is sort of a good leftover, so if you have this with dinner the night before, you could do a similar thing even if you have leftover chicken. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the portobello caps. The way to clean them is just to take like a damp paper towel. You never want to like rinse them underneath the sink. They're very absorbent, so they're going to hold a lot of that water. Just wipe down that excess dirt that might be on it. Cut them in really thin slices. That way they cook a little bit faster. We're all about making it quick and efficient, right?
And I love mushrooms.
Oh,
especially portobello.
Yeah, you really want to find the ones with flavor, and I love portobellos because I have some fresh rosemary and thyme. And those are really good sort of savory flavors. But you want to make sure to season them really well, so that's why it's important to use kosher salt or sea salt as you cook them. So what we're going to do, and I want you to show me this a little bit more about this awesome induction cooking top here. But what we'll do is we're going to heat up a little bit of olive oil. So what I usually do to control the olive oil is I use a pastry brush and extra virgin olive oil. We're actually going to get this hot first. Do you guys want to kind of show here, Michael, which...
So I also want to introduce Michael Taylor from Miele, and we're going to be demonstrating the induction cooktop, which is a very, very popular cooktop today. And actually, I can't wait to renovate my kitchen so I can put one of these in myself, because I just love the way they cook.
Yeah, great thing. Miele's seeing some really nice trends right now with people looking for innovative things. Induction cooktops are a couple reasons on why you might purchase induction. Big benefit is how quickly they heat up, so very energy efficient in that facet. The other big thing is cleanup. It's very easy. Windex and a quick damp paper towel will clean it, and it's also very precise. So if we could zoom in on some of the controls. Controls here are very apparent, very easy to read. We can power up the system here, and it'll give you all the different control areas. We're doing a 36-inch induction cooktop here with multiple size burners. I have water over here on the right-hand burner. As simple as that is, we're up to high speed already. You can hear the induction kick in, the magnetic. Induction's known with magnetic, so wherever magnets are is where heat is then transferred. The nice thing is you have different temperature variances, so as you get used to it, you can already see that water is starting to come to a boil. And I can actually boost this system and pull power from other burners. You'll see that already start to pop and how quickly water can boil. Obviously, the results are going to change varying depending on how much water is in there. But as that quickly, we're on less than a minute right now where we're getting a quick boil. Some other nice features is you can take the boost feature off and you can truly go down to a simmer. So you can drop this down to 1. But again, it's going to be different than cooking with gas. It's something you need to get used to. But as you can see, the controls are very user-friendly, innovative, easy to clean, and also very effective. So we're going to cook some of these wonderful meals today, but thank you very much.
Well, one of the requirements with an induction cooktop is that you have to have pots and pans that have an iron content. And it's very easy to know if you have an iron content. Just find a magnet in your house, and if the magnet holds on to the pot or pan, then you know it has iron content, and it will work. It won't work on glass, and it won't work on copper. It needs to have iron content. So these particular pieces of equipment that we're working on now, Demir, is actually a partnership with Miele. They're also made in Germany. Fantastic induction pots and pans that, again, have iron content. And you can actually buy the cooktop with or without the pans as well. So Lindsay's going to demonstrate her cooking with the pan.
Love that sound. And that was like 30 seconds. A lot of stoves, it would take forever to get that pan hot enough to saute. So just a little bit of that extra virgin olive oil is just what I brushed down on there to control.
It's so easy to clean. That is my favorite part, outside of the great simmer, the great boil, the great searing. is just so easy to clean.
All right, so we're just going to let those simmer a little bit. One thing with mushrooms, like I said earlier, is they're really absorbent, so that oil is just going to get them cooking a little bit. So we're going to toss them in a little bit. Debbie, do you mind just handing me those tongs there? And you're always going to want to salt. Again, I know that there's always a fear of too much salt, and our sodium and blood pressure, but kosher salt and sea salt is going to be your best bet. And what the salt does, it actually adds flavor. So especially with vegetables and meats, if you're not adding a good quality salt, now if you're using iodized salt, that's what's actually higher in sodium. So use a kosher salt or a sea salt, and that's going to help draw that moisture out, which is all that flavor. And same with your meats. You want to season them with salt and pepper so that you get that nice flavor, so you actually enjoy eating those healthy foods. So I'm actually going to turn that down a little bit. And see how it's sort of dried up all that oil. So instead of adding more oil, what I usually do is add a little bit of water or a little bit of broth. And then that way it adds a little bit of that liquid and helps cooking. And you wanted to get it down to where they're really nice and sauteed. And again, for more flavor, you can use fresh herbs, you can use even just dried herbs. But a really easy way to do it is take your kitchen shears and just cut. I love rosemary and thyme with portobello mushrooms, are delicious. So you can just cut some right in there. You don't even have to get out your cutting board. Rosemary, thyme, delicious. And then that way you're getting all that extra flavor. And then balsamic is a great add too for some good flavor. So I'm going to add just a little bit of that.
That is my favorite dressing of all time. You can just give me balsamic. I don't need anything else.
Some good balsamic. And aged balsamic is going to be a lot richer in flavor since it's reduced down. But that's just going to simmer. You've got...
Well, I just wanted to show you again one of the great value of the induction cooktop. Again, I said it was extremely easy to clean. I just wanted to show you that you can even put a paper towel in between the pot and the induction cooktop and it will still work. So what does that mean? Again, easy to clean, especially when you're cooking, when you're searing, like salmon that I sear salmon maybe once a week, twice a week, and I just love it, but it does make a mess. When you can put the paper towel, you just wipe it up. And bacon's another thing.
That's
a lot
great,
of people don't even do bacon anymore on the cooktop because it makes such a mess. They put it in the microwave. Now you can go back to the cooktop and cook bacon.
So easy. That's great. Alright, so these are just about done here. So you want to do it until all that liquid sort of boils off, and all that flavor is going to be left there with the mushrooms.
You know, Lindsay and I have been doing a lot of these videos together, and when I bring in the food, I always shop local. It's very, very important to me. You know, we're doing this video, it's the beginning of August. The farmers markets in Lawrenceville, New Jersey, we probably have the most amount of farms in Lawrenceville than any other town, and it's a wonderful resource. I try very hard to promote the farmers markets, but then again we have two wonderful family-owned, long-standing markets, McCaffrey's Market and Pennington Market, that I promote them as much as I can. I shop in their stores because I really appreciate when a customer buys local and customers come in to us, I want to do the same thing.
That's also good because when you're buying local, they've actually shown that when you're eating foods from your local area, that it might help allergies. Like when you eat honey, for example, that's from your local area, a lot of the allergens in your area, eating those local foods help build a little bit of a resistance to it. So, and they're not using as many pesticides. They're actually naturally organic versus these mass farms that they're shipping in and trucking in fruits and vegetables, and as long as you're storing them properly, you might pay a little bit more, but the saying, I'd rather pay my grocer than pay my doctor, so pay a little bit more, get some quality food, vegetables from your local markets, and it's going to pay off because you're taking care of yourself and your local area as well. Alright, so let's see, turning this off, it just right off, hold, it's so cool. Alright, we're going to put that right here. I'm just going to take a little
That smells so good.
So good,
I can just eat it like that.
These are great. Throw it on a salad. Really good. All right, so then we're going to take one of these whole grain wraps. This is a whole grain wrap. a lot of fiber, which fiber is so critical to keeping us full, and if weight loss is your goal, you've got to up your fiber intake, and also a great source of protein because of the whole grain. So always look for whole grain, not necessarily just whole wheat, but whole grain is really important. So what we're going to do is we're going to take probably about, I don't know, 1/4 inch of that goat cheese, and we're going to just spread it right there on the bottom. You can also use hummus, would be a good alternative, or if you don't like goat cheese, you can even just do some Parmesan cheese. So we've got that. Spread your mushrooms right on top. Baby spinach, we've got to get some greens in there. It adds a little bit of crunch. You can even put tomatoes, add in, you know, whatever you've got around the house that you have to use. Wrap that up. How's that for a perfect, easy lunch to take with you?
That's terrific.
Easy? Good? Have that with a salad on the side. That goat cheese and the mushrooms is a perfect pair. So it's falling apart, but you get the point.
Well, thank you, Lindsay.
Thank you.
Lindsay Vastola from BodyProject. And we are celebrating, Mrs. G's is celebrating 75 years in business. And we're going to have just a wonderful celebration September 25th in Lawrenceville. You can check us out on our website. We'll put the information on at the end. And Lindsay is going to be one of our wonderful speakers. It's all about feeling good and making life easier, and she's going to talk about healthy cooking and fitness. And I'm really looking forward to having Lindsay back on September 25th.
Thanks, Debbie.